What's good, guys? Welcome back. In today's video we're gonna talk about the Canon Rp. Now in today's video I am excited because I took this on a music video shoot. Well, technically the music video was in my backyard. We did like a production type of look just to see what this camera can do. I didn't want to shoot it with my S1H or my Cinema Evo 1. I just wanted to see and test myself what I can get out of this camera because I've owned it for 3 to 4 months now and I've only used it for YouTube videos. So I wanted to see what it can get out of it. So actually, before we even go further, let me show you guys what I got with this camera.
Okay, I know you with your friends, but could you spare me a second? And I know I ain't your man, and I still ain't learned my lesson. But I can really change your life, and I'ma do it all tonight. Just give me a chance, baby, put me in your plans. Cause girl, I want you and I need you. And it ain't nothing I won't do to keep you. And I don't give a fuck what your girl say, what your friends say, what my mom say, what my guys say. I need you to listen to what I say.
So as you guys just saw, I mean, the image looks good, right? Video does not look bad. I shot everything in the Canon Rp, and of course the lens that I use is a Sigma 50mm 1.4 art lens. So yes, I had a good lens to it, but this camera delivers outstanding images. Now obviously that was lit up and everything was, you know, well done, but now let me show you guys the video. Basically just going out to the beach. I had a friend, she was just roller skating, and I just decided to make a video out of it, again to test this camera out in a real world scenario, obviously on the production side, and just run and gun, having fun, overall just content creating. So let me show you guys that video. Alright, so let's just dive into this video. Let's hit the intro real quick and then let's get started talking about this camera. Alright guys, so I'm not gonna get full in detail with the camera and the in and outs. I'm not too technical when it comes to the camera. I just like to grabbing the cameras. I like to put the settings how I want it, and I like to go out and shoot. I don't really like to dive too much into the camera. Of course, I like to look around and see what it offers, but for the most part, I just set the picture profile to what I want. With this camera, I did have it at natural, but I did customize it. I dropped the contrast all the way down, saturation all the way down, and the sharpness. And yeah, as I showed you guys in the beginning, when you put any camera in a production environment with lighting and great lenses, you can get outstanding images with any camera. And that's really what I wanted to show you guys in today's video, and obviously give my review on this camera. Just show you guys, don't let, just because it's $1,000 and it's considered an entry full frame camera, you can actually get outstanding images, both photo and video, with this camera. This is not a bad camera. Sure enough, obviously I'm not going to use it in a production set just because I have the S1H and the Evo Cinema camera, but if you're on a budget and you're looking for a great camera to start off with, small and compact, the Rp is an actual good camera. I was surprised. I mean, you guys might be surprised based on the footage that you guys saw, but the image is very, very nice. It is not bad for $1,000. I mean, you get a flip out screen. If you want to shoot photos and you want to shoot vertical and you want to go low, you can put the screen like this, look down and shoot the photo. Vice versa, if you want to go high, low shots, you can just look up and, you know, get the shot. So flip out screen, small, light and compact, that's a benefit to this. Now when it comes to battery life, it wasn't the greatest, so I did order 2 more batteries, which actually just came in. Again, I only use this camera for YouTube videos, so I wanted to test myself on what I can get out of this camera, and based on what I got, I'm gonna go with this camera going forward when it comes to social media content like Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and use this camera because I'm able to get both photo and video out of this. Sure enough, I can also do that with the S1H, but when you're out running and gunning and just trying to have fun, this camera feels like you don't have a camera because of how small it is. It has dual pixel autofocus for those of you guys that love using autofocus. One benefit actually that I loved out of this camera is when I was shooting my friend roller skating, I was able to put out servo mode for photos and everything was tack sharp. The other thing is obviously for video, I was able to just put it on autofocus, and because she was roller skating and I was skating, capturing those shots, I just let the autofocus do the job, and for the most part it got what I wanted. Obviously here and there it will lose focus, but again, it's gonna be a lot better than having to rack focus and obviously skating at the same time. This, I was able to just hold it, skate once, and just kind of let the camera do the work, honestly, which was obviously something dope. I never used autofocus for anything, but this was actually dope to have. This camera, I was shocked. I mean, I paid $700 for this camera. I found it used, and honestly I only bought it because I wanted to make YouTube videos for it. I didn't want to grab the Canon EOS R when I go out to shoot professional photos, come back, mount it back on. So I just wanted something that just stays on the tripod, but this is a lot smaller than the EOS R. I see no difference. Yes, the EOS R has more megapixels, but photo wise they both match, they both compete. Now the only con and negative to this camera, and obviously I think that's with all Canon mirrorless cameras, at least to my eyes, dynamic range is never good. Obviously on the photo side you have more flexibility, but when it comes to videos, if that highlight is blown out just by a little bit, you can't bring it back with this camera. So you got to know how to work with it. It's not like the S1H where I can blow things out and obviously in post I can bring everything down. So I knew that was going to be one issue I was going to have with this camera, going to the beach broad daylight. So that was one thing that I was expecting. It has 8-bit obviously, but once you guys know how to color grade, not calling myself a colorist by any means, but once you know how to color grade footage, 8-bit is not really bad. As you guys saw, the image didn't look bad for 8-bit. I was still able to color it up pretty nice. This camera's gonna do the job. I like it. I will honestly vouch for it. Again, a lot of people talk bad about this because it's IPB. You don't get all-eye codec for video, and it does not matter, honestly. All-eye, IPB, you can't tell a difference. The only difference I saw was all-eye actually takes a toll on your computer. Even if you're doing 1080p, it still kills your computer, especially in 4K. IPB, small as files, you get longer recording time, not like recording time limit, but longer recording time on that SD card. Just in general, this camera is really great. I know a lot of YouTubers bash it because what was Canon thinking? They need to use 4K, this and that, but for $1,000, if you guys are in the market and you guys are looking for an entry-level full-frame camera, this is a go-to. But again, it does so much more. Don't let the people on YouTube tell you otherwise. Don't let the specs tell you otherwise. Again, yes, when it comes to me, I will be using the S1H. You guys might be saying, well, you're talking so much good things about this camera, why aren't you using it? But again, I own all these other cameras already, and obviously I have more room to play with when it comes to post. But if you're just getting into it, this is an advice that I can give you guys. Get this camera. The S1H cost me $4,000, right? So if you guys get this camera for $1,000, buy yourself a great lens. Let's just say like a 24mm that can do a little bit of everything, or get a zoom lens, whatever the case is. Another $1,000, let's just say. For $2,000, you got a great lens and a great camera, right? You still have $2,000 remaining. That obviously, comparing this to the S1H, $2,000 still saved up. Buy lighting. Now you have, for $4,000, a great lens, a great camera, and great lighting. Now you can create epic videos with this small camera, and you're not going to be able to tell too much difference. Obviously, again, the S1H is a whole different level camera. Yes, it's more professional. It gives you 4K 60, 10-bit, all this different thing, but when you're using lighting, I've always said it does not matter what camera you use. So one advice I can definitely tell you guys, if you guys are trying to look into stepping up, don't go with an S1H if you guys don't have the lenses already and the lighting. If you guys are trying to get into it, focus on the lighting, focus on the lenses, and get this camera. Again, for photos, you're gonna get some great looking images, no questions. You can use this on weddings. I mean, the autofocus is great and is reliable. I think it only shoots 5 frames per second, but it's more than enough if you're gonna get like a bride walking down the aisle. So all in all, it's gonna give you slow motion, it's gonna give you great photos and a great image when it comes to video. Obviously, you only get 1080. You have 4K, but it does crop in massively. So kind of that's for you guys to consider. I will not shoot in 4K. I'll shoot everything in 1080 just because that crop really bugs me. Hopefully the video clips that I provided throughout this whole video allowed you guys to see what this camera can do. So just go out there and create, guys. Again, just know it is not the camera, it is the lenses and it is the lighting. That's all. That's basically what I saw out of this. Again, I was so baby with all these expensive cameras, but when it came down to this, honestly, every camera in today's day and age, it is a great camera. I don't care what camera it is. After I tested this out, besides the dynamic range, the 8-bit, no C-Log, it still delivers an outstanding image. And again, don't let this all-eye codec be the reason you don't buy this camera. For $1,000, IPB does a job. You're not gonna see a difference. I didn't see a difference, and I'm very picky when it comes to image quality. I was actually stunned and happy with this camera. So if you guys are looking for this camera, link will be in the description below. I appreciate it if you guys were to purchase it through my affiliate links. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you guys are new here. Like this video, always appreciate it. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, guys.
'Cause I've been thinking about